Welcome back to Contain Your Life. If you've ever wished you could grow more food but thought you needed a bigger garden, then this video is exactly for you. Today, we're talking about a brilliant technique called sharing space over time. It's one of the simplest and most effective ways to get a huge harvest from a small space. Whether you're using raised beds, containers, or just a little patch of your backyard. So, what is it? It's all about strategic planting. Think about it. Some vegetables, like radishes or lettuce, grow super fast. You can harvest them in just a few weeks. Others, like tomatoes or carrots, take their sweet time and need a few months to mature. The magic happens when you plant them together. The fast-growing veggies act like temporary roommates. They sprout up, you harvest them, and just as they're finished, they've naturally made room for their slower-growing neighbors to spread out and take over the space. It's a genius way to ensure your soil is always working for you, from the first day of spring until the last harvest of fall. This method reduces wasted space, boosts your garden's efficiency, and honestly, it makes gardening feel a lot less complicated, which is a huge win, especially if you're just starting out. Let's dive into some classic pairings that work beautifully together. First up, we have lettuce and tomatoes. Lettuce loves the cooler weather of spring and grows quickly. You can plant your tomato seedlings right in the middle of your lettuce patch. By the time the summer heat arrives and your tomatoes start getting big and bushy, you'll have already harvested all your fresh, crisp lettuce. The space opens up just when the tomatoes need it most. It's a perfect relay race where one crop hands the baton to the next. Another fantastic combination is radishes and carrots. Radishes are one of the fastest vegetables you can grow. Some varieties are ready in just 3 to 4 weeks. Carrots, on the other hand, need a couple of months. Plant them in the same row. The radishes will pop up quickly, and harvesting them actually helps to loosen and aerate the soil, which is great for the carrot roots developing underneath. By the time you pull out your last radish, the carrots have all the room they need to grow big and sweet. It's a win-win. Next, let's talk about spinach and peppers. Spinach is a cool season crop that you can plant early in the spring. You can tuck your pepper plants right in between your spinach, but the spinach will be ready for harvest long before the peppers start producing fruit. Plus, as the taller pepper plants grow, they can provide a little bit of welcome shade for any remaining spinach, helping to prevent it from bolting too early in the warmer weather. How about arugula and broccoli? Arugula has that wonderful peppery flavor and it grows incredibly fast. You can sow arugula seeds around your young broccoli plants. You'll get to enjoy several cuts of arugula while the broccoli is still establishing itself. Once the broccoli leaves start to get large and shade the ground, your arugula season is likely winding down anyway. This keeps the soil covered, suppresses weeds, and gives you a delicious early harvest. Don't forget green onions and beets. Green onions are slender and don't take up much space. You can plant them in between your beets. You can harvest the green onions as you need them for your kitchen, while the beets continue to swell underground. This is a classic example of interplanting that works wonders in a small garden bed. Another great pair for a productive garden is bok choy and eggplant. Bok choy is a fast-growing green that thrives in the milder temperatures of spring and fall. You can plant it around your eggplant starts. You'll harvest the bok choy before the eggplant really takes off in the summer heat. The eggplant then has all the space and sunlight it needs to produce those beautiful, glossy fruits all season long. Let's look at mustard greens and squash. Mustard greens provide a zesty kick to salads and are quick to mature. Plant them in the same spot where you plan to grow your sprawling summer squash or zucchini. You can harvest the greens before the squash vines begin their takeover. This is an excellent way to get a bonus crop from a space that would otherwise sit empty for several weeks. While you wait for the soil to warm up for your squash, and for a late-season combo, try peas and late cabbage. Plant your peas in the spring and let them climb a trellis. In the space below, you can plant your late cabbage seedlings. The peas will be finished by early to midsummer, and once you remove the vines, the cabbage plants will have plenty of room and sunlight to mature for a fall harvest. Finally, we have cilantro and Brussels sprouts. Cilantro can be sown in early spring. grows fast, but it also tends to bolt when the weather gets hot. You can plant your Brussels sprouts, which are long-season vegetables, in the same bed. By the time the Brussels sprouts need the room to grow tall, you'll have already harvested your cilantro. It's a perfect way to get a fresh herb harvest while your main season crop gets established. These are just a few examples. But the possibilities are endless once you start thinking about how long each plant needs to mature. This technique is a game changer for maximizing your harvest and making your garden more productive than ever before. It's all about working smarter, not harder. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope these tips inspire you to try sharing space over time in your own garden. If you enjoy practical gardening tips, preparedness skills, and the joy of growing your own food, please hit that like button. Subscribe to Contain Your Life and share this video with a friend. Happy gardening, and I'll see you in the next one.